Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Teresa Peart. I'm the District Secretary Treasurer right here for District 70. I want to welcome everybody. It is an honor. It is a privilege for me to be here. Not only am I a machinist, I'm a veteran. I'm the granddaughter of a veteran and a machinist. So it is with great honor that I get to stand up here and welcome you all. On behalf of District 70, I don't want to hold it. So on behalf of District 70, we appreciate you all for coming out in order for us to honor all that have sacrificed for us. And I'm going to welcome my own DBR, Cornell Beard, from right here at District 70. He'll give his remarks.
All right, good job. All right, thanks everybody for being here. As you know, every year this is a major event for us, and even more important is our relationship that we have with the United Way. You know, we couldn't do any of this without them. I want to thank all of our volunteers, and I mean, you have no idea what goes into this until you're a volunteer and actually see it. You know, also with that, Teresa isn't real big on credit, so this is kind of unexpected for her, but I'm gonna give her some. Without Teresa, this does not happen, and that is Teresa partnering with our brother there, Mario Cervantes from the United Way, AFL. This doesn't happen. This is a major ordeal, and Teresa being a veteran, you know, I just kind of get out of the way. You know, you always hear know your place. When it comes to these veterans, that's Teresa. So I really want to make sure that you guys understand just how important this is to us, and especially her. And I'm going to throw a little curveball at y'all. My daughter today is in our ROTC group here from Derby, Kansas. She's the second one there in line. I am super, super proud of her going through ROTC, and I want to thank the Colonel for everything. Her growth in the ROTC is amazing. I'm super proud of her. She's off to K-State this year, and you know, wish her luck. And everybody, thanks for being here, and volunteers, thank you all. Really appreciate you.
As Cornell stated, we had a lot of volunteers. We have a lot of sponsors. And so we won't name everybody that did sponsorships, but we have what we call premier sponsors. And those would be District Lodge 70, Local Lodge 271, the International Brotherhood of Wichita, Kansas of Electrical Workers, and the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters, Local Lodge 441. So we thank everybody. Every little bit helps, but those are our premier sponsors, so we thank you very much. Now we welcome the JRTC from Derby High School, led by Colonel Michael Dillard, to do the posting of the colors. Everybody please stand. Thank you. We'd like to welcome Frank Rao. He's retired from Local Lodge 839. That's who did the national anthem, but we'd like for him to come up for just a minute. You got it. Yeah. On behalf of District 70, Cornell Beard will be presenting a certificate and a challenge coin to Frank Rao. We appreciate him and his service to our organization.
Step over here for a picture. Over here. Step over here to this side for a picture. Excuse me. Right.
Who, me?
You too. Yeah. Right here.
Thank you. Now we welcome our Mayor, Brandon Whipple, the Mayor of the City of Wichita. He'll give his remarks.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mayor Brandon Whipple, and it's such an honor to be here. I just want to start by thanking the organizers for the invitation, and also thanking all of you for taking a moment out of your Saturday to be here with us. I'd like to also just recognize we have County Commissioner Sarah Lopez with her, one of the hardest working county commissioners. This is her district. She's here. You can see her with a couple of the babies. And I also want to thank Pete, who's the CEO of the United Way. Pete is a patriot through and through. He's someone who usually is a guy in the background making sure things happen, but he's usually not the one in the limelight when things are happening. He's someone who served his country. He is a veteran. He's also continuing to serve our community in his role at the United Way. Pete, where are you? Can we go ahead and give Pete a hand for everything he does? You know, Pete and United Way, they are always there for the city of Wichita when there's an opportunity to partner and leverage resources so we can deliver better services together to the community. Pete, I can't thank you enough for all the work that you do. And I'd also like to just recognize and thank Lodge 70 and the United Way for hosting the flags of freedom that are displayed over here. They have done this every year, at least since I've been mayor, and just really want to thank them for not only getting folks out to volunteer to help us with this, but also allowing us to do this right here in South Wichita, right here off the highway so everyone can see. These flags represent 600 Americans who have dedicated, the flags are now dedicated in honor of active service members and veterans who sadly we lost in combat. Now we do this not just to keep our heroes' memories alive, but also to teach the next generation that liberty and justice are not just words that we recite every year or every day in classes when we do the Pledge of Allegiance, but they're actually the foundation of our nation. And they are worth defending, and in some cases worth paying the ultimate sacrifice for. So I do want to just take a moment and thank those who brought young people with them so that they can be here to experience this as well. Because again, I think that it means so much more when they can actually see what 600 flags look like. And while this event is focused on remembrance, I do encourage everyone to give thanks as well to those who are still serving. Thanks for the sacrifice made by those who came before us, and thank you for the sacrifice to those who are continuing to serve our country, and not just to the folks who are out there serving our country, but also to the families that support our soldiers, our folks who are out there making sure that our freedoms are defended abroad. So may we never forget them, may we always honor them, and make sure that we continue events like this to keep them in our memory. So again, thank you for the invitation, and thank you for being here.
Next, we have the Veteran Service Coordinator from the IAM Grand Lodge. His name is Richard Evans. He's a veteran of the Navy. He's one of my favorite people, so I'm just going to say that now. He'll probably be embarrassed. Doesn't matter to me, so he'll give his remarks also.
I appreciate it. Good afternoon. International President Robert Martinez Jr. apologizes for not being here. to attend today's events, but he sends his regards. If you ask any two people what the American flag means to them, you'll get two different answers based on their own personal experiences. Words like pride, joy, relief, patriotism, comfort, honor, justice, and of course freedom of some of those words. Today I'd like to mention thankfulness. Standing here with 600 flags on this bright sunny day, we're remembering those who signed away their life, the struggles of that lifestyle, and some who gave the ultimate sacrifice for those meanings mentioned before, as well as the liberty and rights we have today. The flags here have the names of soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines who allowed us all to have a better life. Some of them we get to celebrate with on Veterans Day, eating good food, trading stories, and sharing memories. Some we celebrate on Memorial Day, telling their stories of bravery and sacrifice, keeping their names alive through our memories and our actions. These warriors, past and present, are equally important to us all. The American flag is more than a piece of cloth that sways in the wind. It is a powerful reminder. It reminds us of our shared history, the bravery of our founding fathers, the courage of every single soldier, sailor, airman, and Marine, and the promise of a better future. It also serves as a beacon of hope to everyone around the world who look to us for leadership and inspiration. Now look towards the sea of flags and recognize the steps we are taking for a greater nation. When you look at them, remember other meanings to Old Glory, like the fear struck into our enemies' hearts, the assurance to all of us that democracy lives, the promise of opportunity, and the right to pursue happiness. Remember the defenders of our freedom. Remember the strides we have taken in creating a more just and equal society, but most important, remember their names. I want to thank Teresa Peart. She is the heart and soul of our veterans program. I tell her that every single day, but she doesn't want to believe me. I want to thank the United Way and District Lodge 70 and affiliates for this show of display. Events like this make my heart swell as a veteran and give reasons why I'm damn proud to be a machinist.
I want everybody to understand the magnitude that Rich Evans has on the IAM, the machinists. The machinists are going to be the first organization, labor organization, to be a veteran service organization, and it's led by Rich Evans. So he means a lot to our organization. We appreciate him, and I'm going to present him with a bottle of Horse Soldiers Bourbon. It's an organization by that was created by retired Army veterans, and you can look it up, but it means a lot to us, and he means a lot to us. So we appreciate him and thank him. So as Cornell said, I had a little bit in putting this together, and so some of these people that are here, they're near and dear to my heart. So the next retired gunny from the Marine Corps, I met him through a Guide Dogs of America event, and as soon as we met, he just became one of my nearest and dearest people to my heart. So we appreciate him, and his daughter Shay brought him here. We welcome retired Gunnery Sergeant William Murphy.
Well, good afternoon. Oh, I'm not even sure if I need. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm just going to sound off. I don't like holding microphones. First, honestly, I want to thank Cornell, Teresa for inviting me to this event. It's amazing. Mario, United Way. I love coming to this. I love to see these communities, how you guys come together and support a cause. I also know that this is going to raise money for transportation. for veterans throughout the city, because I'm pretty sure, well, actually, let me see a show of hands. How many of you guys want to see me behind the wheel of a car? All right, if you raised your hand, come see me after this. We're going cruising. But I mean, seriously, instead of us just sitting at home all the time, I mean, it gives a chance for, you know, veterans like myself, even others, that maybe can't do the things like they used to do in the past, a chance to maybe get out, still maybe give a little bit to our communities, whatever that might be. So honestly, I hear about all this, and I just want to personally say from me to you, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And if you guys keep having events, Teresa, invite me. I'm telling you, this is amazing. So enjoy your afternoon. God bless each and every one of you. Semper Fi. All right.
So we waited a year to give Murph Gunny, to me, a bottle of the Horse Soldiers bourbon. It has a great label on it. He'll tell you he can at least feel it. So if you get a chance, maybe he'll let you see it, taste it, I don't know, smell it. But we appreciate him. He did have a guide dog who he's retired now. But we appreciate him for being here, and he's always welcome.
Where am I looking? You're looking the right direction. Oh, there we go. All right.
Now for our closing remarks, we welcome the leader of the JROTC, retired Colonel Michael Dillard.
Hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you. How you doing? Did a little over 30 years of active duty. I've been blessed to lead and try to influence positively some young folks. I've been doing that for about 10 years. I want to thank Mr. Beard, Major Whipple, other distinguished guests out there. When I think of the flags and freedom and veterans, I think of a couple of words, a few words, several words. Dedication, devotion, right? Passion, spirit of freedom, and sacrifice. I'll give you a couple of brief stories that help demonstrate that. My grandfather was a veteran of World War I. And when he died, they had his funeral in the mountains of way back in Virginia. And as we were going to the gravesite, I'm sure we passed folks that never knew my grandfather, and definitely didn't know me. But whatever they were doing, they stopped, took their hat off and put it over their heart, because I'm sure they saw the flag draped coffin there in the hearse. And I'm thinking to myself, they don't know anything about us. But what they did see is that flag and what it represents. That's the respect and dignity part. I spent a year in Iraq where several times I visited the hospital tent for our see some wounded soldiers. And I was in the operating room at the time, and they were removing shrapnel from one of our heroes, 19-year-old hero Army soldiers, and very meticulous of what they were doing, very focused. And about 10 minutes in that operation, they busted the door open. They had, I would call, our adversary. They were bringing that person in, and he was an enemy at that time. Rumor has it he was the same person loading mortars into our base, trying to kill us. But when they brought him in there, you can see our American medical folks using the same passion to save that person's life, the same passion that the doctor was trying to save our 19-year-old hero. And I thought, who else but Americans would do that? Who else but Americans would knowing what's at stake? But as Americans, we do our best no matter what. And I was always taken back by that. And they saved both of them. That's the passion part. When I was at a conference in Hawaii, it was a particular day where they brought in the remains, the identified remains of, I'd say about 40-something soldiers. They had a ceremony in the hangar. And when I went there, I saw all these draped wooden coffins. And some people would think the smell was staunch, if you will, but I took it as a smell of sacrifice. You know, you got people, you know, they always say, all gave some, but some gave all. And they gave up these flags that represent our veterans. They gave up their future so we can have today. We should never, ever take that for granted. And that's what I tried to instill into my folks. And that's what everybody. The flag is a symbol of all of those words. But the flag is really in each one of us hearts. Those who serve the country, whether uniform or not. But today we pay homage to those who gave the ultimate sacrifice. So thank you for the honor of me speaking today. It's our pleasure as JROTC folks to participate in this honorable ceremony. And thank you, Mr. Beard, Mr. Peart, and everybody here for coming. And that's really, I'm a short speaker. It's brief. Thank you again for the honor, and God bless America.
On behalf of District 70, we present you with this challenge coin. We appreciate you and thank you for coming out and bringing this.
Absolutely.
Well, once again, on behalf of District 70 and the United Way, I especially need to thank Mario Cervantes. We always say Mario, but we especially need to give a round of applause. Thank you. I don't know how everybody thinks these flags get out here, but Mario is instrumental in making sure they get out here, you know, and he comes out and checks them. And whatever we don't do, Mario is right there. So if it wasn't for Mario Cervantes, this wouldn't happen. I'm just here. I appreciate him asking me to do it. And as we said, we have many sponsorships. Right down here on the table, you can check and see some of the people that sponsor and make this possible. And also, you can take the time to go out. There's certificates of everybody that did individual sponsorships. I myself, I have my grandfather, father, and 2 boys. So I did my own dedications. But you all, please go through and take a moment of silence and just thank everybody that gave the ultimate sacrifice. I am a veteran, but I didn't give the ultimate sacrifice. And we have many veterans here today. And so we thank you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.